Hey you guys, this is Max with Pure Power Solar, and I'm here to talk about the YETI 1500X, which just came out yesterday. That came out on August 16th of 2020, and I want to go ahead and talk about it and just give you some of my thoughts on it, see if it's the right tool for you or for anyone. And I just want to give you some comparisons and see if it's a good or a bad solar generator. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first off, I'll go into a quick overview, and right here we see that it has a 1500 watt hour battery, and it's a little more exactly, it's 1516 watt hours, and it has a lithium ion battery, lithium ion NMC battery, excuse me, and it's exactly the same style of battery that was used in the 1400 lithium, but they obviously made some improvements considering it's about a 75 to 100 watt hour increase from the 400 lithium. And it's similar weight as the YETI 1400, except it's about a pound or 2 pounds heavier. So it currently weighs, I think it weighs a little more than 45 pounds, and the 1400 was 43 and some change. And then I'll also discuss some new and improved features. I'll talk about the YETI app and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it. But before that, please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell if you want to see more of these style videos. I try and get 2 of these out a week, 1 a week, something like that. But comment if you have something like this or have an opinion on this, let me know, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So first thing here, I want to talk about the differences from the YETI 1400 lithium, which was apparently the predecessor of this 1500X. So main differences here, we have the larger inverter. Let me go ahead and give you the image here. Larger inverter, battery, and solar input. So the inverter is larger. It is a 2000 watt inverter, and it can surge up to 3500 watts. Now compared to the 1400, that's a pretty nice increase. That is a 500 watt increase. So the YETI 1400 lithium had a 1500 watt continuous 3000 watt inverter. So it's a great improvement there. Next is the battery. So the battery is obviously bigger. It's a good 100 watts, a little less than that, bigger than or more capacity than the previous generation model, which is great. And then the solar input, which I think is the highlight of this generator, is 600 watts. Now the 1400 lithium was 360 watts. So that's a massive improvement, and I know a lot of people will really like that if they're using it consistently or just whenever. It's going to be it's going to recharge things a lot faster. It's going to recharge the generator really fast, so that's going to be a great improvement. And next year, we have regulated ports and MPPT charge controller. I'll go into the MPPT first because that's really a massive thing as well, because that correlates with the solar input. So the MPPT, what that does is it helps improve solar charging efficiency. Now in Goal Zero's video, which I'll link that in the description, they claim that it will improve the efficiency of the charge up to 30%. And that is with their own proprietary solar panels. So that's a massive improvement. Now that's not only can you do 600 watts of solar, you can also, I mean, the MPPT is already installed, so that'll also improve the charge efficiency, and that'll improve charge times significantly. So that's great. And then regulated ports. Now I looked this up, and I went on Goal Zero's site, and I compared the 1500X to the 1400 lithium, and I saw that the 1400 lithium didn't have it didn't say regulated on any of the ports. And I don't know if any of them are regulated or not, but on the 1500X's page, on the same specification section, it labeled 3 different ports as regulated. And I know that they talked about in the video, but I need some clarification on that because I'm not entirely sure if there's any regulated ones on the 1400. But they tell us on the 1500 that the USB-C PD port, the carport, and the power pole port, they're all regulated. So that's really nice to have. It'll just make it more secure, I guess, for you to charge your devices. So that's pretty cool to see as well. Just a little something in addition. And I also will have two things in my article, which I'll link in the description below, that I won't include in this video. But those two are the comparison with the YETI 1400. I talk about a little bit here, but there's a lot more stats that I think will really help someone out or help you out if you're looking to compare them. And also, I'll talk about price comparisons. So I'll compare it with a couple of other models in this video, but then I'll compare it with 6 different solar generators in the article. So if you want a little more in-depth investigation, if you will, you can go ahead and check it out there. So we have the YETI App Additions. So there's a few additions here that I think are really cool. First off, the YETI app is available on models 1400 and up. I don't think it's available with the YETI 1000 Lithium, but the 1400 Lithium, 1500X, and the 3000 Lithium, they'll all be able to use this YETI application. And you can see from this image I have in front of you, this guy's like turning something on the top of this, and he has a lid uncovered. That's where the button is to connect it to your device. So you would do that, and then it would connect to your device. What does it do? It allows you to turn on and off ports if you have Wi-Fi connected to it, and you can have several other features with it. But one of the new features that they talked about in this recent video that just came out is that you can choose different charging profiles based on your use. There were 4 different ones that were labeled in the video that just came out for the app for the 1500X, and that was performance, battery saver, balanced, and custom. All these are different styles of charging whatever you're powering, or powering whatever you're trying to give power to. Basically, performance is using all the battery. Battery saver is, you can figure that out. Balanced is in between the performance and battery saver section, so you're using as much power as you need, but you're also trying to conserve. Don't know how that's going to work. But then there's also a custom one that you can figure out what works best for you. But I'm not sure how all that's going to work together, obviously, but it's coming soon. So hopefully it'll be out by the time you see this video. And I think it'll just be very beneficial for homes specifically, because it's in a stagnant place. You know how you're going to use it. I'm not sure about RVs or like off-grid cabins or things like that, but definitely for homes, if you're using it for a backup, if the power goes out or something like that, I think it'll be really cool and really beneficial. So I have an I wish it section. These are things that I wish it had. They compared it to, or the predecessor is the YETI 1400 Lithium, and there's a few things that I wish that it actually included that it didn't include. And there's also some other things that are just like nitpicking. But first thing is the more AC outlets, and also space between the AC outlets. So I wish I had an image here that would show you the space between the outlets, but you'll see it if you look it up. The 1500X has the exact same style of ports. There are 2 AC outlets, and that's the exact same that the 1400 Lithium had in the previous generation model. Now, what I wish that they had was more AC outlets. First off, you have the Energy Apex, the Energy Kodiak. These are other solar generators that came out a year ago and then a few years back. Each of them have 6 AC outlets, and they're pretty well spaced apart. I'll get into that spacing apart reasoning in a second, but they had 6 of them. They had a lot of AC outlets. The .0 Energy Titan, which is a more powerful solar generator than this one, it has at least 6. It may have 8 AC outlets that are all spaced apart. Now, the reason I'm talking about them being spaced apart is because there's certain things that you use that need a little space so it can recharge. And specifically, I'm talking about recharging batteries. A lot of battery charging devices have like a little space where you put the battery or maybe a few in. So it takes up a little portion of the whatever surface area it's using. So it's going to cover the other AC outlet. So that's a problem because you can only use one AC outlet if you're trying to recharge a certain type of battery. So that's not a good thing to have when you have a powerful battery like the 1500 watt hour battery and you can't use the other AC outlet if you're trying to recharge something. And so having more AC outlets would be beneficial as well, obviously, for the same reasons and for more charging or whatever you're using for. I wish it was lighter. And I know that that's really nitpicking because it's really not that heavy. It's 45 pounds, but for the battery and like compared to other solar generators, it's not that much heavier. So I wish it weighed less, but it's not much you could do until future models and advanced technology comes out. So it'll probably get lighter within the coming years, but not quite yet. And then I wish it cost less. And that's probably my biggest complaint. I know Goal Zero is expensive in general, but obviously their quality and they're the Rolls Royce of solar generators, if you want to really compare something like that. But it's $2,000 for this, and you can get the Blue YETI 1500. It has the exact same amount of power, the battery capacity. I'm not sure on other details, but it costs. Let me look here. I have it up here. It's $700 less than this one. So, I mean, I know the Goal Zero one's definitely better just overall, but I mean, if you're really looking for value, I would say the Blue YETI EB150. It's a 1500 watt hour battery. It's $700 less. I mean, you're paying a lot less for that. It's just something to consider. I just wish it was less money, but obviously I wish I could have one of these. But I mean, it's $2,000, and I just think it's a little overpriced, a lot overpriced. Let's compare it to other models here. Oh, a little too fast. I wish. Let's see. So let's also compare it to the EcoFlow Delta. So this one is a 1300 watt hour battery, and it is a very powerful system. It has, I believe, 6 AC outlets. It has an extremely fast recharging capability. Now, this might be the fastest recharging solar generator system currently out. And it recharges, I don't have an exact amount, I'm not going to guess, but I know it's faster than the 1500X, and it costs $1,400. So the battery is about 200 watt hours less than the 1500X, but it can recharge way faster, and it's $600 less than this item. So I would say if you're looking to get the YETI 1500X, I'm not trying to down Goal Zero. I really like their company. I just think it's overpriced. If you're looking for value, I would look at some other models and see what you really think would fit you best. And if you think the YETI 1500X with all its good specifications and the YETI app that fits you well and that's good for your home, I think it would be excellent for someone who is looking to use this in their house and you don't want to like need to check it like super often. You get the 1500X because that you can look on your phone, you can see how it's doing, you can easily check on it. It's not that big of a deal. But if it's for other uses, I'd definitely consider like checking out some other models because you can get a better value for. I mean, it won't be the same quality. It might be similar. Jackery makes very good solar generators, and there's other companies, but I definitely consider your options if you're not using it for home backup. And besides that, I think that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I have my article listed below. If you want more details, I highly suggest you click the link in the description. You'll go to my website, which is bestgeneratorsolar.com, and you can check it out. And there's other stuff there as well. I have a ton of articles on other stuff, so maybe compare prices or other solar generators there. But I think the 1500X is a great generator. It's a great improvement on what they already came out with. But the price is a little high. I wish they would lower it, and then I think it would be a great option for a lot of people. Other than that, subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know what you think. Hit the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video.